Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Adam's Garage 88. Today we're going to be working on the custom deck that I made for the back trunk, for the air ride, the amplifier, and all the other stuff. I've got to get that on there. I've already got most of it laid out, as you can see here. So we're just going to try to get some of this finished up, some plumbing done. I've already got everything painted, as you can see here. That it's painted up pretty nice. This matches the car. I did a nice black with a red flake overlay and covered it all in clear. Nice couple coats of clear. I've got a few of the items. I've got my distribution blocks for my ground and my power supplies. They came just in time, so they're going to work pretty nice here, especially if I want to sit them out and mount them to everything. My Vera distribution blocks sitting all up in there, mocked up in place. Got to get the hard lines plumbed to it. I'm going to be doing some hard lines. Got the air compressor. I've changed my position. I was going to put it on the other side. I decided to put it on this side over here because I needed more space on that side. So it all works out in the end. So we'll get everything all nice and plumbed up, looking good. And I've got a few other extra things I'm going to do special to this. So stay tuned. As you can see, this right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some LED lighting all the way around this edge. And I'm going to use this as a pocket because it's a C channel basically, as you can see here, and it's just the right dimensions to sit the LEDs right in that edge, so you won't actually see them. But I'm going to put that in there, and then I have some trim here that I'm going to use to put over top of it. Some inside corner mold that's already been stained. I just got to clean it up and sit it right on top of it, and you won't even see the metal. So I got all that going. That's just a little trimming that I'm going to do. I got to get that screwed down to the panel. I'm going to drill some holes periodically through here, some oversized holes, so I can actually screw down and have it flush to the panel, and then I can put the LEDs inside that right there. So just another step to this. Lots of steps. Alright guys, I'll switch gears a little bit. We're going to work on getting the airride control module, the buttons and the digital gauge and everything. We're going to work on getting it into the dash here, the center console I mean. I went ahead and took it out, got everything ready to go up on the bench, so we're going to have to cut and modify this area right here. In this area, mind the mess, it's a little dirty. I don't think this thing's ever been out. But we're going to modify this area, and we're going to set it in right in that spot so that this still functions as it's supposed to. And then once we get it in there, get everything working good, then we'll reinstall the gauge and wire everything to the back so that when I put it in for the last time, it will all be functioning properly. So let's get to it. Alright guys, tell me what you think. Be able to see the screen. I can easily push the buttons, and then if I want to, get that up there, I can close the lid and lock it down. So I think that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to wind up siliconing it in from the back side, get it all nice and secured, and then wire it up and then reinstall it back in the car. So I think it's going to look great. Hey guys, we're finishing up with the project here. We're getting a little bit further along. I had to stop last night. It was getting a little bit late, but we're moving on with this project here. I got the tank set in. It was dry enough to get it to work with, to get things going, as you can see. And tried to get some of the hard lines done, but my tubing bender, it's not that great. It's a piece of junk, and I've got to get another one. So I don't like the way it looks. I like the fittings. I like everything else, but it's just not doing a good job on the hard lines. I get a little test on it, and I'm not liking it. So I'm going to take that off and redo it. I'm actually going to come out and go all the way around. I'm going to get some 90-degree fittings to go here because it's just right in the way of where I want the battery to be. I do want to be able to service the battery, so I don't want to have anything in the way or have to take anything apart, because the last thing I want to do is take apart hard lines and put hard lines back together, because all you're doing is creating a point where the air might leak. And the last thing I want, especially driving down the road, is a leaky air system. So I'm going to reroute this around so that I have plenty of access in case I need to change the battery out in the future, something happens to it, whatnot, you know, batteries die, but I can get to that. So I'm going to wait on that. I do have other things to put on. I've got the liquid filled air pressure gauge I'm going to put on this side, a couple T-fittings. Then I'm going to have this sitting in here. Which way to have it? I think I had it like this. Or I had it like this right here. And we're going to have a T-fitting to put into it with this sticking up about right here. I have a sensor to put in. I got to get this sensor on. so that I can have a readout on my digital gauge in the front. It'll tell me how much the air pressure is. I've got my bus block sitting in here, my fuse for the amplifier. I made a little nice little jig to hold it. It's going to sit in here just nicely like that. My power supply for this one is going to go into here and then come out and go into this. So I've got everything set up the way I want it. Got my capacitor with its blocks. It's going to sit right here. It's going to tap into the negative and the positive fuse bus or distribution block. Already got the holes pre-drilled so that I can go down underneath, tap to the battery. Plus I have the one coming up into to here to connect for the car. This is where this is going to connect. So I've got everything here, got it all looking good. I've got my amplifier sitting down exactly where I want it. I have my fittings on each side for where I can come out of the distribution block and go in with a hard line to connect to the car itself on the back of this block. So it's nice and seamless, all hard lined out, and you won't see any flex line. But I've got that all done. I've got everything set up. So we're going to change gears a little bit here. I'm going as far as I can with this for now. I'm going to work on getting the wiring for the front inside the driver's seat area and get all that plumbed to the back so we can hook up to this thing. So let's get to that. Alright guys, that's a wrap for the day. Gotta wait on a few of the parts. I've got some stuff coming. Got a few things I gotta wait for. I'm pretty much at a standstill. Got everything mounted up here. I can go and do the wiring, but I'm gonna wait for other things to come in. I want to get the hard lines put in. I've got to wait for a few parts for that. I attempted to get it done, but what I had just wasn't working, so I wanted to wait for that stuff to come in. But I've got all the wiring put in into the back here, into the trunk. Everything's ready to go, so when I'm done with this, I can get all that completed, tear it down, finish up, put it in the back of the vehicle, and reassemble everything and have it completely done. So got that taken care of. Like I said, with the dash, the center console, I still got to wait for that. So I've got a piece coming in for the cup holder, the notorious part that always breaks. So I've got that coming in to get it replaced, but waiting on everything else. So until next time, see you.